It is another normal day in Kenya. It looks normal. The sun rises over the Indian Ocean. The beaches glow in soft morning light. Tourists walk barefoot on white sand. Laughter drifts from seaside cafes. Everything looks ordinary. Families swim. Vendors sell coconuts. Hotel staff prepare breakfast for foreign guests. Tourism is everywhere, and it feels harmless. But when night falls, the coastline changes. Music grows louder. Bars fill up. Neon lights replace sunlight. And in this transformation, one thing quietly stands out. European sex tourists are not only seeking rest, they are seeking something else from local people. One of the most visible dynamics involves older European women and young local men. These men are often called beach boys. They sell tours, offer guidance, provide companionship. Not all sell sex. Some never have, but others do. The typical client, older European women, mostly from Italy, Germany and the UK, aged 50 to 70. But many men are in their early 20s. A 23-year-old explains his choice simply, "It is a good way of getting money." But behind those words are expectations, dreams of stability, dreams of travel, dreams of escape. Some beach boys dream of marrying a European woman their age, to be free and happy. As one young man said, they hope a tourist will sponsor them, send money, or even take them to Europe. A few succeed, most do not. Lying is another aspect of this business that causes suffering among those who have no choice but to sell sex. Its impacts aren't just psychological, they can also be physical. Some tourists promise more than money. Trips to Europe, marriage, a new life abroad. A small number of locals are taken overseas, but most relationships end quietly. Phone calls stop, messages go unanswered. Stories of love told only to secure financial support. Promises made only to keep the relationship alive. The emotional cost is heavy. Some suffer real psychological damage from pretending to love someone they don't. For many, the promise itself becomes the product, and hope, when sold repeatedly, leaves scars. Survival often requires performance. Affection is acted, feelings are exaggerated, stories are adjusted. Here's how it works. A tourist meets a local. They exchange numbers. They start a relationship. Then the tourist returns to Europe. The messages begin. I need help with rent. Some stories are real, many are not. But tourists keep sending money, hoping loyalty will be rewarded when they return. On the other side, locals continue the relationship, not out of love, but economic survival. It's not purely exploitation, not purely romance. It's something in between, a system built on mutual lies and mutual hopes. This emotional labor has consequences. Confusion between real and staged intimacy. Loss of trust. Long-term psychological stress. The cost is not only emotional, health risks increase. Support systems weaken. The beach may look relaxed, but life behind it is fragile. This is the side of sex tourism in Kenya few brochures ever show. Not just what happens, but why does it happen? And who truly benefits? To understand how this happened, we have to go back. Before the resorts, before the nightlife, before tourism changed the coast. Kenya's coastline, a 500-kilometre stretch facing the Indian Ocean, is one of Africa's oldest tourist destinations. The coastline has always attracted outsiders. Arab traders arrived centuries ago. Portuguese colonisers followed. British rule reshaped the region. But modern tourism took off in the late 20th century. Cities like Mombasa, Malindi, Watamu, Diani and Mtwapa became international destinations. Hotels replaced fishing villages. Resorts replaced farmland. Tourism promised opportunity, but it also created dependency. and dependency always changes relationships. In towns like Watamu and Malindi, the transformation is impossible to miss. The European presence is overwhelming. Some Italian residents even say, "This is our second home." Italian restaurants line the streets. Gelato shops face the ocean. European languages echo along the beach. Many visitors did not leave. They stayed. They built houses. They opened businesses. Foreign capital entered the coast. They invest. But young Kenyans supply the labour, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 18,000 Kenyan shillings per month, less than $140. The imbalance is clear, and where imbalance exists, other economies grow quietly beside tourism. Globally, travel and intimacy are often connected. Away from home, rules feel lighter. Expectations change. Kenya's coast reflects this reality. In Kenya, romance and sex tourism are often intertwined. For some tourists, especially those from Europe, the line between a holiday romance and a transactional relationship becomes almost invisible. Relationships form quickly. Some are casual, some are romantic, others are transactional, without ever being called that. This is where the line between romance and survival begins to blur. They even say, "I don't come here for prostitution. I come for the vibe, the connection. The men here are kind. They treat you like a queen." But on the other side of that connection, the reality is often economic. Many locals see relationships with tourists as an escape from poverty, a way to support their families, or a ticket to Europe. And this imbalance defines everything that follows. Tourism reshapes behaviour, clothing changes, public affection increases, traditional norms weaken. Experts say that sex tourism here isn't just about sex, it's about inequality. It's about a global economic system where one side holds all the money and the other holds all the dreams. Inland villages feel the impact too. Tourists arrive without understanding local customs. Boundaries are crossed, sometimes unknowingly. Elders speak of lost respect. Youth speak of survival. Both are responding to the same pressure. And this may return to petty crime, drug use, police corruption. Police often turn a blind eye. Some even collect informal payments. Enforcement becomes selective. Tourists leave. Locals stay. Silence protects the industry, and silence allows it to continue. Every morning in Kenya begins beautifully, and every night ends in shadows. Sex tourism is not a single story. It is made of love, lies, survival, hope, and exploitation. A world where everyone claims to be in control, yet no one truly is. As long as poverty exists, as long as global inequality shapes desire, and as long as tourists see Africa as a place of cheap pleasure, this hidden world will continue. Not because the coast wants it, not because the people need it, but because the system rewards it.